doing the jerk.
You know it's time to get this work.
The real raw, gutter, uncut, cold. No political corrections.
Always sleep.
Being awoke. We discuss politics and jokes.
Scribe, we lit.
There's levels to this shit. Before you was sucking on your mama.
Harry Spears don't give a fuck.
We talk about race a lot, racism. Much love to my loyal bag holders.
Rollers, loaders.
We got them in the folders.
The whole world on our shoulders.
Spears and Steinberg.
Yeah.
This Oh Steve comes to us from Derek Thomas. Hey A&A, here's an Oh Steve. Snowfall Season 2. On one of the episodes, the shit was hitting the fan. Franklin is pacing back and forth in the kitchen. Franklin's beeper started beeping. He looked at it with confusion. Leon asked, "Hey, who's that?" Franklin replied, "I don't know. It's a 5-digit number, 07734. Leon said, "I know what it is. You got to flip it and read the numbers upside down." Franklin did just that. It read, "Hello, Steve." P.S. Hey, Andy, Dave Chappelle's special was filmed in San Francisco. Keep up the great work, guys. DT. First of all, what'd you think about the Oh Steve?
I thought it was actually clever.
Yeah, it was clever.
Yeah.
And then, did you know about the Dave Chappelle San Francisco?
I didn't know where it was filmed. No. I wonder which, do you think he's filmed the punchline? Probably at the punchline.
Yeah, probably. I mean, goddamn, but that place is so small. Could you fit all the right cameras in there?
I don't know, but that
With an audience?
tight room makes it better special. I don't know. I'm going to see it. I haven't seen it. I'll probably watch it. I'll watch it this week. I really want to see it. I love Dave, man.
Okay. I am happy to say that a few of the ladies answered the call. I put the signal in the air, and they met me on the roof like Commissioner Gordon. Remember when I had asked about what constitutes great?
Yeah.
So I wanted to know from a couple of the women. So from our girl A.B., hey, hot stuff. I like that, A.B. I want that hot stuff, baby, this evening. Give me the hot stuff, baby, this evening. It's Donna Summer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, hot stuff. I consider myself to be a great mixture of analytical and compassionate when it comes to connecting with others. With that said, in my career of law enforcement, I am able to get people to have a conversation with me. Let it be if you are a victim or suspect. My job is to get all of the facts and put them together with or without the suspect's conversation. It's no skin off my case when they ask for a lawyer. That additional person makes it more difficult to hear their side of what happened. However, the evidence doesn't appear and holds its own for the case. Trust me. And then she says in big, bold letters, they always talk. Before I continue, that is mind-blowing to me, AB. That is mind-blowing to me that they talk. And I hate to sound repetitive, but I'm just going, dude, if you've seen enough of these lawyer TV shows, that's the number one thing they tell you, shut the f*** up. That's amazing to me.
But I like what her point is. If the evidence is there, they're going to have it. They're going to get it.
All right, so then let you pin me with the evidence.
Yeah.
Not because I run my mouth.
Exactly.
That's why I love that scene in the town. Good luck with that print. And it, I read somewhere that the cops that remember in that opening scene, good cop, bad cop, the first guy he's in there with, and then John Hamm comes in and he slams down the folder with all the papers. They said that that's a cop trick that cops use to make you think they got something on you.
Yeah.
Wow. 30.
And they're allowed to use trickery.
Wow. Believe it or not, people talked to me has helped clear them from what they were being accused of. I did not arrest innocent people. I need to keep a clear conscience and sleep well at night and be able to look myself in the mirror daily. Ooh. As far as sexual...
You look like you got hit by a runaway hiccup.
Man, as far as time, I agree with Andy. If I am really into the person, the actual in and out / out of penis vagina can vary. It just feels good to pleasure and be pleased with my guy. As I have gotten older, the mental connection is much more important than the physical. However, a chick has been single for way too long, so I just enjoy the pleasure of screwing myself. Oh, baby, you make me... Ooh. I watched the Wham movie way too many times to even count. I really enjoyed it, and the Homicide New York miniseries was also well done. Looking forward to seeing y'all in New York City. Much love and always, AB. Yeah, she agreed with you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Some women just want to be, man. They don't want all that love. They want a quickie.
How much do you never played golf?
Never. I play miniature golf.
Yeah, no, regular golf takes 4 hours to play regular golf.
Really?
Yeah, and when I was first started playing golf, I loved it, man. I'd get up early, I'd go play golf 4 hours. There's times when I'd even play another 9 holes, but another 2 hours on top of that, 6 hours. And then after a while, did you start playing golf? You just go, I don't got 4 hours for this anymore.
Right.
It's just, there's other things you want to do.
I just want to hug you like a fat black mammy and put you in my bosom because I feel your pain. The voice is up, your energy's low.
Yeah.
This is a real Jordan Pippen moment, man.
Yeah, but I'm holding it up, man.
You are, but you're sounding weak, brother.
I am.
Right.
But before, I want to talk to just real quick because I know some people are going to hit me up. I put out a video where I had this hat when I was in Toronto.
Yeah.
And I was asking people if I should keep the hat or get rid of it. And I had Tara in the video because she hated the hat. And overwhelmingly, people agreed to keep the hat. And I said I would have it on the podcast. But Suns lost yesterday. They took a beating. 25-point loss.
25 points?
Yeah. So I have to rep the Suns right now. I'll have the hat on the next podcast, but I got to do everything. I got to do everything I can do to help the team.
It's appropriate because you're taking a beating now.
Yeah, I'm taking a beating now. Yeah, I am. But I got to do everything to help the team.
If there are any women out there who want quick, horrible, holler at me. It'll be so quick you won't even realize it's horrible.
But you said that, but it's not true because you said you like to put in all the effort. Yeah, they want that. They want that too.
Well, actually, the next one I'm gonna read kind of disputes a little bit of that.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right, this is from our girl. Finally, it happened to me right in front of my face, and I just can't hide it. Finally, you got love the way to be little Lulu. CC. It's been a minute. How long should good last? Hey, A&A, I see the bat signal in the air and decided to chime in. How long does good last? I would say in my 30s, I would say at least 30 to 40 minutes, including. Well, CC, with me, it'll be 28 minutes and 2 minutes of the monster. What was I? Okay. When I was younger, I could do more, but it got too much to do for all that. However, I'm not with 20, 30 minutes and 5 minutes of wood, LOL. I want to get my nut too. My man eating the box and me reciprocating is great, but I want to feel that wood too, and not just for 5 minutes. I love it when women talk. This is why I love it. Ladies, more. Please, give us more. I love it when women stop worrying about being women and just be in the locker room with us naked. We naked.
It's funny because women tell us all the time about how we won't stop and ask for directions, but we're always lost.
Yeah.
And if they know that, then give us the directions.
Right. Damn. Ooh. All jokes aside, everybody wired different, but I want more than 5 minutes of wood, especially if I'm enjoying it. That's enough of the spicy commentary, but hope you two had a successful Canadian tour. Aries, you didn't read my last 2 emails I sent to you. Hope this makes the podcast. Keep killing it on the road, Kings. CC.
Huh.
Yeah. But
she wants more than 5.
But she didn't specify how much is enough. How much wood is enough wood?
When she comes. That's what she said.
But she nut. But how long did it take her to nut, though? How much wood do you need to nut? Like, how much time do you need?
Do you need a quart of wood, 2 quarts of
You know what
wood?
I'm saying? Half a wood.
Yeah, how much?
Treat it like you at Cat's Deli in New York. How much meat makes your sandwich? Andrew.
But the stroke has something to do with it too, though.
I'm sure it does.
So it depends on the dude.
Oh, jeez.
Oh wow, that's a Bible.
God damn it. Peter Stevens. No subject. Hey guys, hope all is well. I just wanted to let you know that you guys know that Wolf did an episode on SVU based on the story of the lady who was killed in the building and stuffed in the vent. The episode isn't exact with what actually happened. He put his own spin on it and changed a few things. I will look for the episode and tell you guys what one it is. $10, a lot of money. Peace out, guys. Keep the pods coming. Yeah, dude. Any of those stories from Homicide, New York, seem like they would make great Law and Order episodes.
Well, and that's why he says these are fictional, not based on true stories. They say that
for the actual
SVUs, for all the Law and Orders, they say that. But they obviously they come from something. They come from topics that have occurred.
Dude, what a cool show to be on. Like Law and Order, what a cool New York live action camera. One camera, I should say live action, but one camera. Oh man,
dude,
that's a dream job.
No, just out of curiosity, just real quick, because you're in that industry. If you could be a regular on the show, name 5 shows from 70s to now that you'd want to be on.
Oh my God,
just 5
from the 70s.
From 70s to now.
Hill Street Blues, NYPD Blue, Law and Order. New York Undercover. You know, L.A. Law.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being in a suit, playing a lawyer, especially when I was younger and trimmer and slimmer. Yeah. Yeah, because I would have been the guy that I looked at on L.A. Law and went, Blair Underwood. Blair was that. I would have loved to have been Blair Underwood.
Well, there could have been two. No, not that.
No. Two is too much.
Well, Blair Underwood talks about how that his character was underutilized too.
Yeah. So there that goes. Oh, wait a minute. Let me do that over. I got to take out Law, L.A. Law. What L.A. Law? New York Undercover, NYPD Blue, Hill Street Blues. What else did I say? Law and Order, and Miami Vice.
You wouldn't have done Miami Vice.
Huh?
You would have been Crockett?
What? Miami? Can you imagine the 80s Miami Vice hit show, Philip Michael Thomas, suits, Ferraris, guns, crime, coke? Man, you hit the jackpot.
I what's nice about them is these ensembles, because I think what's cool about a lot of those shows that you brought up is there's a connection with other actors that you have where you keep doing it. But it's funny you said all that, but you didn't say Sopranos.
No, but that's Italian. I couldn't have been on The Sopranos. It's Italian.
They could have had a character on The Sopranos
if they didn't.
Okay.
They didn't. Bokeem Woodbine was the only that had an episode where he played a rapper. So no. Anubis 7 King. Aries, I'm listening to episode 560, and I swear every time you read and sing Tears in a Bathtub, I sing it with you. I always imagine some old blues singer who smoked way too many cigarettes singing it. Y'all stay up. Yeah, I'm glad, you painted that picture with your imaginations, brother.
It sounds right, though.
What?
One too many cigarettes.
Yeah. It's
I like when you say eats the pistachios with the shells on.
Yeah. Ain't nothing but a little blood. Jack Hardy. Oy vey. We need a name Jerome to keep track of Steve. Congratulations, Andy. Andy, that was truly but you said that was real. Wait, that was truly one of your best jokes.
What?
A nigga named Jerome.
I didn't even say it. I had a.
Well, you had to give it to me.
Yeah.
But that was. I'm telling you, man. A nigga named Jerome. Isn't the puppy cuter than a dog? Better than a dog?
Yeah.
The you said on yesterday's episode about women's clothes, peaky holes.
Yeah, peaky holes.
Dude, you're starting to, you know what I mean? You're finally turning into Pippin. Jesus Christ, I've been waiting on you, nigga. Hello, Agent AA. I thought my podcast app had up when I heard the old Steve with Rosie the Riveteer again. You did read that one before, but I did. But I still got to laugh when Aries asked Andy about it, and my inner dialogue said that Andy ain't going to remember shit. LOL. Now that I'm taking Andy's memory to task, I have to call myself out. I thought Andy was married already, so let me admit that I f***ed up. Congratulations, Andy, and enjoy that married. He's enjoying it now.
Yeah.
Most people think married is not worth the commitment to exclusivity, but I'm able to celebrate 24 years. From the very first year until now, I have fun asking myself a simple question. I wonder if I can f*** my wife right now. I have asked and answered yes to that question. I'm glad he brings this up because it's something I want to ask you. And actually, you can ring true to both things. Okay. Yes to that question at home, work, school, in the park, and a few other places that still surprise me. Last thing, I forgot to share this again. I found Bobby Patterson's cousin. Check it out. It's a YouTube clip. What is this?
I don't know what this is, but Jay says it's a big sea turtle.
Oh,
Look,
it's a baby whale.
it's a baby whale, man. Holy we are witnessing a baby whale right here, dude.
Oh, that's funny.
Shit. That thing is big, Jay. What is that? It looks hurt. I don't know.
Boston accent. Here's my question to you.
Yes.
And at first, I was going to be like, well, how's he going to answer it if he ain't married yet? But you've been married.
Yeah.
I've been married twice, so I know that this is a myth, but maybe it's not. When you get married, does the come less? Like they say, once you get married, everything changes. When you got married, was she not giving it up as much?
You know, I think it's a combination. I think after a while, it's the same. Sometimes you don't. I think when you have kids, are in there as well, and when you are working and trying to create a living and doing things, it falls by the wayside because you know it's there. I don't
As
think
opposed to when you're not living together and you're
you know, when you see each other, that you're not going to maybe you're not going to see. I think it's supply and demand, man. I do think though, but I think guys get really. I felt like I got lazy. Like I had so much other stuff to do. Sometimes it just wasn't. I didn't want to put the effort in, and you got to put effort in. I mean, you shouldn't just be. It's not just about you, and if you're just not going to take the time to put some effort into her, then why do it? And I think I think that we just get caught up in our regular lives. I think that's when we want to. I don't ever want it to feel like it's something we just need to get over with.
right.
But when you get married and you're trying to fit a life into your work, kids, getting people to school, yeah, man. Sometimes it just feels like it's something you just it's another thing on the to-do list. Not like let's throw the to-do list on the table off the table. Let's just get on this.
Right.
But it just becomes very pedestrian, man. It's just something you have to do. And I don't think that. I think in this relationship, I don't think that that's going to be that way. It could, but I don't think it's going to be that way.
How long you been with Tara?
16 years.
Oh yeah, it is what it is. She's not gonna flip script on you, and she don't even seem like that type of person to hit you with a surprise.
Well, she works a lot though, and sometimes there are times when I feel like I don't want to say neglected, but she has to prioritize the stuff that she has to do because she has to get through her next day, and I might not be on there, and I might have been gone for 4 or 5 days, and when you come back home, you want to be, the primary, you want to be her focus,
Right.
But she has her own life. She has her own work life.
Let me ask you something. Has she ever been like working on a laptop and you just like come up behind her and kiss her on the neck and try to do all of that type of shit?
Yeah.
Is she receptive?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I got the right one, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I say it on stage. I
got the right one, baby.
Yeah, you got to find the right one. Everybody's supposed to have a right one.
Yeah.
Because we're all up. We just got to find people that are upnesses enhance each other.
Right. Anthony Fiuza. First time's a charm. Hey, Aries and Andy, just want to say I've enjoyed your podcast. It's in my Rolodex of other YouTube shows I watch each week. FYI, made sure to spell check Rolodex. I put in the effort for this email, LOL. I have a few questions for you guys. Why do you think we never got a movie that includes a Liam Neeson, Denzel, Jim Carrey, Eddie Murphy, or Al Pacino, Clint Eastwood combo? Seems like instant gold. You mean with all of them? Or just pairs? Maybe their personalities don't blend the best, but I'd watch. Also, I like hearing both of your stories from your careers and being on the road. Was there ever a hotel that was surprisingly bad?
Yeah.
Toronto. Aries, what was Michael McDonald like on MADtv? His characters and yours always seemed hilarious. Take care, Anthony Fiuza. Hoo-ha. Anthony, first of all, thank you for this perfect email.
Very well done.
There wasn't a up anywhere in this.
And he used paragraphs.
And punctuation marks.
But you don't have to use paragraphs in an email, and he still did it so that it would read nice. He put it together well.
My man. Mike was a cool dude, man. He could be a little scathing at times. And what's that word? Passive aggressive. He had some asshole in him. But he was really a nice guy.
You know, I opened up for him once.
Yeah.
He's one of the first people that I featured for.
Yeah. What do you think of his stand-up?
Funny. It was funny.
Yeah.
Super nice.
Yeah.
He was very encouraging because he knew. I think people felt sorry for me back then, too, because I was so old to be a new comic.
Yeah.
So people were very nice to me.
Now you're just old to be an old comic.
Yeah.
But I love this wit. I mean, Mike was so good at improv. His wit. And, I mean, he came from the Groundlings. So he came from, what do you call it? Not sketch, but improv.
Improv, yeah.
Improv. So he was very quick on his toes. So being around him, you had to be sharp. So I love that about him. Yeah.
How come was there not a friendship or a closeness that some of you guys didn't break off and do like your own stuff together later? Did anybody do their own, like a couple of people get together and do some of their own
like
thing?
Hollywood?
Yeah.
Yeah, Key and Peele.
Oh, okay. But they came after. I'm talking about from that group.
From that core group?
Yeah.
Nah.
That's unfortunate. You know, that's you know, when I asked you about what shows you would have been on.
Yeah.
The reason I asked is because it just seems like there's some shows that are iconic where you think you want to believe, and I know it's not true, but that there's a closeness, there's a bond between the people in that show.
Yeah.
Like for me, I would love to have been one of the outside regulars in Seinfeld because they seem like there's still there's some connection. They don't hang out, but there seems like there's a connection when they're together. They're connected.
Yeah, there was like, you know, Will and Alex Bornstein were kind of tight. Me and Will were kind of tight. Me and Deborah were tight. Me and Mo were tight. It was really, for me, Deborah, Mo, and Will. Those are the people I really...
I'm surprised nobody ever tried to put together like a tour or something like that you guys would have done.
I'm telling you, man, egos kill everything, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Egos
I understand.
kill everything.
I understand that without a doubt.
Yeah. 817_Corey. Jordan can't go left. Hey, A&A, this is my second email writing in. I'm 22 years old, and I'm really starting to think people in my generation don't put any effort to have knowledge. This Jordan had no left, is so forced and ignorant. There's literally film of Jordan busting guys' ass while going left. No Diddy. My question is to the both of you. What do y'all think about this Jordan hate trend going on? I promise I'm not going to get into a long thing about this. By the way, Brandon, if you're listening, go ahead and send Aries a picture of what you look like, sucker, in Aries' voice. I think Brandon's finally fell off. Oh, I got to check. And you know who's replacing Brandon? This Angel X. Because I saw some shit recently where he said, podcast still boring, yawn. But you're listening. You're listening. And now that I'm not reading your emails anymore, now you're reverting to, you're like a bitter girlfriend who got long pipe strong from a man for years. And now that he's dumped you, you're saying he got a little and he can't. Please. You know how many times I've deep throated your esophagus? Out of here. I checked you for strep so much. Yeah, dude, I just said, long story short, it's stupid because, again, listen, if you want to like whoever you want to like, a la LeBron, fine. It's subjective. But you have information at your fingertips. We got stats. We got analytics. We got information. We got YouTube, Google. Don't lie. We got information.
Yeah, but that's what this is about, because since the stats don't work into their favor, they have to
lie.
Yeah,
they create
so that they can justify their belief that LeBron is better. LeBron, this is, again, you know, it's like when I said this on the last podcast, when you say that this is the least talented of the group, that sounds like you meant that they have no talent. And that's not what we're saying. LeBron is not by any means not a great basketball player.
He's phenomenal.
It's just that there was someone
from North Carolina at guard 6'6". Come on, B.
So you have to know what you're fighting for.
Let me ask you this, because I meant to ask you this, but it kept slipping my mind. So they gave Allen Iverson a statue in Philly.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were like, it's so tiny and small. Like, he should have been offended. What are your thoughts? And to the defense, though, they said when you check out the Philly arena, that's all the statues
are the same size.
Are the same size.
Yeah, so they included him in a ring, basically a ring of honor. That's what Phoenix has, a ring of honor where they have the names of the people around the.
Oh, I'm about to say, who got a statue in Phoenix?
No one got a statue in Phoenix. But it goes all, they just have their names up around the Ring of Honor. All they did is, they put him into the ring of all the other greats that have been through Philadelphia. I don't think but the way that they took the picture, the way that they shot it, it just looked like he had like a little baby Iverson that he was holding. I understood what the point was, but if you look at it in comparison to everything there, then it's right. It's right. I mean, but then you go to L.A. and you see
there's almost too many statues in L.A. They got Magic, Kareem, Kobe, Shaq, Oscar De La Hoya, Magic, like the whole place is statues.
Yeah, Bulls only have the one.
Michael,
that's it.
That's it.
Yeah,
which they moved indoors, by the way.
Why did they move it indoors?
I don't know. Because the one year I went to Chicago, I was so excited. I was doing press downtown, and I had Tony. I said, Tony, you got to take me to the arena. I got to get a pic. And I took a picture of me standing next to Jordan's statue. But now they moved it indoors. I don't know why they did that.
Maybe they're tired of people coming over taking a pic.
How could they?
I don't know.
That couldn't be.
No, I don't know. No.
Let me ask you, when you have that many statues like L.A., is it special anymore?
Yeah, it's special to those people that have it, but it's not, it's not as... I don't know, man. I would love to have a statue. But, when you walk down... what's that with all the famous peoples?
Hollywood Boulevard, Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah, it doesn't get less special because more people have it in there.
But that's Hollywood. There's a lot of things. That's a large community. So I get that.
Well, when you're in LA and you have that many championships, man, it's hard not to include more people.
I guess.
But you do want to keep it down to the ones that really make your team, but they all from a different time period, all of them.
If they were to give a full-size statue to somebody in Philly, Dr. J or Allen Iverson?
Yeah, I don't think you can say it that way because you have to go Dr. J because he came first. But at this time, it's kind of too late to do that.
And Dr. J did win a championship with Philly.
Yeah.
So, it's got to be Dr. J.
Go put those guys next to Rocky.
And that's the other thing that they were saying. It was like, it's also insulting because Stallone has a fictitious character with a full-size statue.
But he represents the city.
And AI didn't?
But he does. What I'm saying about that fictitious character... It represented the city. The movie itself represented the city of Philadelphia. So, yeah, it's a fictitious character, but it represents the city of Philadelphia. That was the whole, like, the boxer from Philly. That's what it was. So you can't.
Hey, yo, don't ever try to compare my statue with AI's, you know? AI's the size of my so big and long, it makes my lip droop because it's pulling me to the other side, you know?
That's funny. But in context, yes, it makes sense. It made sense.
If he were to get a statue, where does it belong? Charles Barkley, Phoenix, Houston, or Philly?
It definitely doesn't belong in Houston.
Right.
Well, let's just take that one out of the equation.
Take that off the table.
He meant a lot to Phoenix. He meant a lot to Phoenix.
That's where he played most of his career.
And he meant a huge amount to Phoenix. He did go into the finals in Phoenix. He just ran up against the person that no one won against.
God, I wish I could whistle. The best gunslinger of the Wild Wild West.
He was undefeated. Do you put that all on Barkley?
No, it's a team game.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's a team game, but he ran up against the team that had that one player that never lost.
You know, this is why I love Barkley, is his level of humility. I love when he says, when he tells a story and he goes, I told my daughter I was going to win a championship, and I really thought I was the best player in the game. And he said, during the playoffs, he said to his daughter, I really think there's a player that might be better than me.
Right.
Like he really thought he was, but he was like, Michael was just better than me.
Well, in your core, don't you have to believe that when you're an athlete, that you're better than everyone else?
Yes.
And so
but most athletes, I don't think, give it up for the other guy under any circumstances whatsoever.
Barkley's such a nice guy too. I actually had the pleasure of meeting him in the airport, and nicest dude. And I got bumped up on. I got to just tell the story because it's goofy, but this is what I love about him. I got bumped up to first class because when you fly a bunch, if they have an open seat, you get that seat. I had that seat; it was given to me. Barkley got bumped from another flight, or he missed a connection or whatever.
From another flighter?
Yeah, from another flight. And he came over, and he was getting on the same flight. Yeah. But I had already gotten that seat, so they gave him a coach seat. I didn't know, but I talked to him. I was out there. I was talking to him. I told him I opened for you.
How the fuck could he fit in coach?
I see him, and he walks by me, and I go, that's up, and this isn't even my seat. I just got it because I got upgraded. Right. I said to the flight attendant, could you let Mr. Barkley know that if I'm happily give him my seat, I'll go sit back there. He's too big to sit in that seat. Right. And she came back and she said, Mr. Barkley wanted me to let you know that he appreciated it very much, but he's going to be back with the regular folks and enjoying his flight.
And I know he said that.
Yeah, he said it.
Wow.
And but he had the seat. He had the first seat, so his legs could stretch out. There wasn't anything in front of him, so he was comfortable. But it was tight. But he was back there. I saw him when we landed. I saw him stand up, and he's with everybody, and everybody's just like, he was taking pictures, and he was having the best time. He's just that dude. He doesn't give a. You could not be on that show with Shaq just beating you up, because Shaq goes to no championships all the time because that's what Shaq knows that he has. Right. Barkley's a great dude. That ego, the person that he is.
When you saw him, was like everybody just, holy.
No, because he came over and he was kind of cool. He was very quiet. He walked over.
So wait, but did you see him before you got on the plane, like outside
the
gate?
Was, outside at the gate.
And people, were they just?
People. It was in Chicago, and everybody kind of were running around with their head down, and we're in this weird area.
How do you not notice him?
I don't know, man. I don't know, but people really, I saw him in Phoenix a bunch of times, but I never talked to him. This was the first, and I had something to say because you do the impression. Right. And he knew who you were. He said.
Let me ask you, if you had seen a black man his same height, his same size, would you have still given your seat up? Just a regular black man?
Did I don't know?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. I like your honesty.
No.
So that's when fame helped.
No, but if I saw a dude that was a big dude like that, and he was wearing his service fatigues like he was in the military, I'd give up my seat.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, all right. If I saw somebody that was going to be uncomfortable and he was making my life more comfortable, yeah, definitely. But I'm not just going to give up my seat just to give up my seat. I gave it up for Barkley because I was just talking to him and I felt like because I realized that seat would have went to him.
Yeah, I live by that credo. All right. Whoa, here he come. Watch out, girls. He'll beat you up.
He's back.
Whoa, here he come. He's a woman beater. Ronald Williams. Homemade sound effects. What's up, What's up, A&A Aries? I got a bone to pick with you. Oh, boy. You said on Vlad, some of us black Trump supporters.
I think you said it the right way.
Supporters. Some of us black Trump supporters should be enslaved, but you were the same guy telling black people how good Joe Biden is. I hate when people do this. I never said that. I never defended that. There was a white guy who hit me on Instagram the other day and had my clip from Instagram, and he goes, something, but you defending Biden. I said, dude, nowhere in that clip did I defend Biden. Never, ever did I ever say Biden was better. I said the lesser of two evils. Where are you guys getting that I said Biden was better? How good Joe Biden is and how much do you believe he changed? As he said on TV, if you don't vote for him, you're not black. I know who were doing a lot of time because Joe Biden and the Clintons put in places for blacks to do tons of prison time, and no disrespect to you because I'm not trying to get on your bedside. Just saying, bad side, brother. $10, a lot of uppercuts. Dude, I never. Where are y'all getting that?
People said the same thing to me, and I said it. And I need to pull it up, but I said I'm voting for the media, which means I'm voting for Biden, because I knew that the media, if Trump was reelected, the media would have eviscerated this country over our biases between Biden and Trump. You know what? I'm over this where people don't believe that there's a deep state. Listen, I'm not going to get into how the deep state works or who the deep state is, but you really think there's a difference between these two sides. This is what really bothers me. Right. The thing that Trump offers us is he's not part of either one of those two sides. Right. And he's not liked by either one of those two sides. But, you know, to become a politician, and I'm watching this happen because I'm in Hoboken and the mayor wants to run. And he became mayor. He did all these other things. He becomes mayor, and then you see what the next steps are. The steps are laid out in front of you on what you have to do to become these next steps. Right. I'm telling you, they're the same. There might be some ideology differences, but for the most part, it's the same. It's the same people. Again, man, look at when the benefits are being done. Look at whenever they're all the same people there. They fight with each other to keep us fighting with each other. Because if we're fighting, they can just keep doing the same stuff they're doing. Now, and we got new people in that are starting to be the weirdest people that we've ever seen in office. I don't know how much of a difference it makes. I'm really going to be honest. I don't know how much of a difference it makes. And the reason that Trump is so polarizing is because he doesn't come from those groups. And the media doesn't like people that do things different than the way that they know that it's supposed to be done because it's been done that way for 100 years now. And so that's what they're looking for. Trump didn't treat them. If you pay attention, the reason they were so to him is because he didn't treat them nice like other politicians have treated them. Bring them on the flights, talk to them, keep them involved, find who. He didn't give a Listen, I'm not a Trump fan. I'm not voting for him. I'm letting you know that. But to think that he was everything that they said he was, nah. I just don't like how the sixth went off. I don't trust. I know that other people could have done other things as well. It wasn't all on Trump, and they're trying to make it look like it was all on Trump too. Other people could have done things differently, but he didn't help it. And for that reason alone, I have issues with him. And for the way that he speaks, I have more issues with him. And the way that he makes people or makes us, our country, so divided. But it's not just him, it's the media. But he knows what he can say and change it, and he doesn't. I don't feel that works out. So it's not like I'm not anti-Trump, but I'm not for him either. And the Biden, is just part of the old crony club that's been doing this forever. And to say that he's been in the social rights movement for forever, he was against everything. Listen to go to the tape, man. Everybody's talking about, I got the receipts. Well, you have the receipts. It's on YouTube. Go check them out.
Before I read this next one from Deidre Ann Johnson, who kind of touches on this a little bit. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm going to start putting the work in. Have you been hearing the reaction when I do the Trump?
Yeah.
Man, it's annihilated.
You got to listen to Shane Gillis, though.
Yeah.
Shane Gillis does an unbelievable Trump.
Yeah. There's about 3 or 4 dudes, white dudes, who I've seen on social media who do pretty in pocket. They're in pocket.
Yeah. But the reason I like Gillis is he's having fun when he's so like this dude. I know you don't know who he is. But
Shane Gillis, I do.
You do know. Okay.
Yeah.
He is the biggest kid on stage. He is someone that is on stage and when he gets to that Trump thing and he gets to do it, you could just see like that.
You know, when you do an impression so solid, it's like, I remember Al Pacino was saying, the most important thing in acting, learn your lines, because when you're not thinking about it, you can just play.
Right.
And when you do an impression that you know you own and it's so solid, you're not thinking. So you just play. That's why, again, Frank Madden, me, Jay-Z, or Soprano, Godfrey, Steve Hart, we know it front to back. So it's just playtime.
Yeah.
Thought goes out the window.
But that's also what's fun about Trump is that if you feel confident in it, and where you are with yours now, where it's coming, now there's so much to play with because this guy is an open ball field.
Yeah.
That's the same way with Godfrey's. You just said his name. No, you just said his name.
Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey. There's so much to play on that,
Yeah.
and Godfrey just goes crazy on it. So I love it, man. I love it when you guys hit those things. I could never do that.
Deidre Ann Johnson, episode 559. This election is not about Biden versus Trump. It's about democracy versus fascism. Fascism?
Fascism.
Trump has said he would be a dictator for a day. For a day? No way. There are folks who are working to consolidate all power within the executive branch if Trump is elected.
Yeah.
And she gave me some link.
Yeah, and I know. And this is the thing that I love about what she just wrote. Yeah, and Biden and the other side has all the power. They've already got you're talking about like it doesn't exist where it's consolidated into a group of people right now. That's what that's what has been going on for years. The fight against Trump is, and when he says things like that, he is being, for someone to come out and say, would you be a dictator? Well, no, I wouldn't. I definitely, he said, I wouldn't. And he goes, well, I would be for a day,
Well, I would be for a day. Yeah. For a day.
Yeah. Right. So that he could get his, what he feels is owed or whatever. But come on, he's saying that in a way that is hyperbolic. He's kind of just saying they're all these other guys do the same thing. If you don't think so, go back and look at what they've done when they've taken office.
Yeah.
I'm not justifying a vote for Trump. I'm not. And I hate it because I'll be real. I want to say this so that people can understand this. I love that he is not part of the system. I love that they hate him in the system. Honestly, for people that are underserved in this economy and in the United States, and that are looking for people who have lived here, have worked hard, and still not gotten what reaped some of the rewards that they feel that they put in the effort for. Trump, I understand why you want Trump, because he's not part of the system that keeps you in that same situation. But I don't think that he's a better person. That's my problem. He's not a better person. But I completely understand it because he doesn't play with these same guys. They don't like him. Don't you want someone who, if your things aren't going the way that you think that they should go, don't you want someone who goes into office who doesn't think the same way those guys do? That handles things different, that isn't part of the same system? That's why I understand the love that people do have for Trump. I just don't like him. Like, I don't trust him. I love the things that he stands for. I honestly do. But can you trust this guy? And that's my problem. I don't feel that you can. He's proven that in his business where he doesn't if he files bankruptcy, there's small businesses that have gone out of business because he didn't pay. And that's recorded. That's known. So he doesn't really have empathy for everyone. And that's one of the many things that I don't trust about him. But I understand the love for him. I understand why people feel the way that they do. You can vote for the system, or you can vote for someone who's not a great guy, but is going to break up things that are wrong in the system that we currently have. But then I love that there's RFK that's just sitting there, and he is a possibility. And I know people think that he's crazy and he's all these other things. And he may seem that way, but I hate to say this because I go back to a Captain Kirk quote, and where he says, I wish I could do Captain Kirk. You probably can.
I cannot.
Okay, yeah, you just did. Say that. His quote is, in an insane world, the sane.
In an insane world.
The sane will appear insane.
The sane will appear insane.
Yeah. And so.
Imagine if he the way he talked. This stroke.
You can only imagine he did.
I came. Did you?
But I think that is the thing. He does seem a little off. RFK does. And he has all these conspiracy theories, but his uncle was killed, and they never ever said why, how they could. There's a fake report to say what happened, and they have all the evidence, but they won't release it. So yeah, he's been through much of what a large part of what America goes through in his own family, and I think that's the dude. I mean,
I wish I had the power to pull the strings to get you on real time.
No one wants me on real time.
Stop downgrading
No, sir,
yourself.
no, it's not even downgrading.
No,
These guys have
there's a passion that you have when you talk about this.
These guys have studied and they understand and they know.
Listen,
and I'm not one of those guys.
Listen. If Dana Carvey can make an appearance on Real Time, which was horrific. He was trying to be Dana Carvey with impressions and voices, and it was horrific.
This is when he was at his best on there.
Dude, you saw it?
Yeah, he just sat there.
Yeah. If he can be on there, you could be on there.
You know, I just think that, you know, we question. We want we want leaders to lead. We want leaders to be to take us to where we want to go. And we know that the leaders we haven't taken us where we wanted to go. But we still vote for these same kind of people. And what she said right there is fascism versus whatever, however she said it. They're taking away your rights anyway. So you need to vote for someone that's not part of the system. The system is going in that same direction. Yeah, I think there's some craziness going on when you think that one's a fascist and the other one is a liberator, because the two parties that we have are not liberators. They're not liberating us. They're putting more and more laws to impede our growth as citizens and control more from Washington, D.C.
Hear.
I was done anyway, but I like your here.
rngarcia@gmail.com. I heard that.
Such a great word, man.
I heard that email with the guy that talked about. And back in the day, I knew this guy had a serious phobia, and he will come over to the crib, and I would low-key slip in the DVD player and put it on so I can hear him and moan about why the you watching. I would love to tell him about Bridget and how she can take she's built like a child, but the is all grown woman. No Diddy. I don't know that no Diddy belong there, but okay. So one day we were out in an after-hour spot in H-Town, and there was this woman on the dance floor. She was cute, and you know she had that little bubble booty and thick leg, warmer thighs. She was dancing and looking my way, and I couldn't take my eyes away from her. Ugh. She's staring at me, and I'm staring back. She's doing her little shimmy, and I felt like I was getting mesmerized. I'm a little bit perverted, and in the back of my mind, I was like, well, I never my boy came up to me and shook me. Then he yells, dude, she's putting you under the spell. I'm like, what the are you talking about? He says, man, don't you know they're skilled in the way of tree and will make you do the bidding? He might have had some merit in a statement, because after she came and interrupted the stare down, She disappeared almost like a leprechaun. Movie suggestion, story of Ricky O. Peace, love, unity, having fun. Rob Geezy. It reminds me of that moment in Wolf of Wall Street when they're talking about the. Remember, they're in the boardroom and they're talking about what you can do with them. And my man, what's my man, the fat one? Oh God!
No. That's. I know who you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. The big one. He was talking about how you can't look in their eyes and because it discombobulates them. That scene was so funny. That's what this reminded me of.
Dude.
Jonah Hill.
Yeah. Don't you?
No.
But don't you think if you were a little person? I said little person. So if you were a little person, how are you not a fetish? You know what I mean?
How are you not a fetish?
The little person. Yeah, everybody looks at you. You don't think that that would feel so insecure to me because everybody would be looking at like a normal sized person is going to look at a little person and there has to be a curiosity. I think there's a curiosity, and then there's the fetish where you're like, oh, that would be awesome. And I think that you're on your side. That on your side it's not awesome. But those are the two choices. I don't think anybody goes into it going, it's whatever.
Right.
It's just this. She's like anybody else. No, she's not. I think that would be a tough place to live.
Dude, it gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Dude, I just say just like everyone else. There's ones that I find attractive and there's ones that are not attractive. Just like any other person.
Ooh.
I just wouldn't want to go to Disneyland with them because they can't ride the rides.
They really can't?
Probably not. They fly out of the
that's true.
Yeah, they always have those things. Got to be this.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
Yeah, you can't ride the ride.
Can't enjoy amusement parks.
Not the same way.
They don't have amusement parks?
Small amusement parks?
Yeah, for midgets.
No.
Like little small roller coasters.
No. Yeah, the kitty ones. They would have to go on the kitty ones.
That's up.
But don't you think? Because
right.
Yeah. So I wouldn't want to do that.
Like the roller coasters, the carts are like the size of Nike shoe boxes.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you think though you could go out to dinner like on kids' night and get that free dinner with your girlfriend?
Nah, they won't do that because they're still an adult when it comes to food. But rides, they're kids.
Do you think you could board the plane early when they said people, children and people need a little extra time to get on the plane?
No, but they could fit in the overhead. Oh man, if you were the day comes when you meet God, wouldn't you just pull a Christopher Walken and be like, why?
Why?
Damn, man. All right, B. Jackson.
Yeah, but see, you're looking at it from a negative place. I'm not looking at it for negative. I think there's something is about it. Sorry.
Where you going? I got oh, there you go with this Louis Armstrong again. Potato. You say tomato. Let's all know they go.
It's so full.
I see stars of gray, red roses too, pink yellow eyes. I'll sing them to you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. B. Jackson. Listen, as I type, we need to be realistic about men paying for in some form, married, relationship, whatever. We ain't for free, LOL. And I couldn't agree more. Oh, this is in response to Charles White.
Yep.
That paid for be the bit pussy. If I want something, I'ma suck it out of him. No Diddy. Oh, B. Jackson. What you want, baby? What you want?
If there was an honesty, I think a lot of guys would go for that deal.
Absolutely.
If there was an honesty.
Yes, let's cut out the.
But there's never an honesty in that. And then
Right.
and then when it seems like there's an honesty in it, then somebody feels like they're being used in that relationship, and then it turns into a problem again.
Right.
I think the nicest part is the no concern. Like if like she just said, suck it out of him. No concern. It's just about me. That's the nicest part about it if you paid for it. It's just about you. How often are you in a relationship and it's just about you? The other person isn't looking for anything in return. Hey, honey, this is just for you tonight. Nothing about me. Fuck it. This is all about you.
Steve, after Andy says, this is all about you, cut in the clip of Charles White just saying, that paid for be the best. And insert that right after Andy just said what he said. Coming out of that edit in 3, 2, 1. Jerrod Clark. Andy is right about starting the podcast from today's episode and venturing back. You sound crazy. What podcast have you started from day one and caught up? All love, JC. Any one I've been interested in. God damn it. Okay, so keep scoring. There's some people that agree with you and some people that agree with me. Ding for Andy. You want a biscuit, nigga? Shit. Speaking of Jerrod, dude, we got to check out Jerrod Carmichael's reality show. Because when I went to go do Breakfast Club, apparently Charlemagne gave Jerrod Carmichael Donkey of the Day because, and I saw this clip recently, but before I saw this clip, I didn't know anything about it, and I had mentioned to them that you and I wanted as comedians to watch his reality show to talk about it on the podcast. But apparently there was something in an episode where Jerrod had said his white boyfriend, who he calls his Vanilla King, is his slave master. And Jerrod caught flack for it. But then the clip I saw, Jerrod was upset with Charlemagne for giving him the Donkey of the Day because he was like, you took that joke out of context. You just said that I called my white boyfriend my slave master and I'm his slave when we do something. But you didn't really show the whole, and he goes, that's bad journalism, Charlemagne. And they were going back and forth. So now I really want to see it, to know what the context was. Because part of me, as a black man, off the cuff, wants to go, you got your white boyfriend as your slave master and you're his slave? Like, and listen, it's anything goes. What people do in their bedrooms in privacy, whatever. So I'd be a hypocrite if I tried to denounce that. But I'm also wanting to know, what was the context?
Yeah, it's just funny, though, because you think about it. And I'm working on that joke. I've done it a few times, and it hasn't come together the way that I wanted to yet. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, in content, there shouldn't be a racial barrier on it because it's just two people.
Yeah.
But then when you say it out loud and it's heard, it comes with all the other racial tensions that come with life. And isn't it supposed to be without tension? Isn't it supposed to be the place
the right kind of tension, it makes it even better.
Okay. But you know what I'm saying. It's supposed to come where it's a free-for-all. Whatever is the history of America doesn't have anything to do with that. I was going to say 5 to 7 minutes, but I don't want to give that to everybody else. That's my best. But whatever everybody else is doing,
right.
That's all I can hope for.
Yeah.
It's funny though because people it said that 5 to 7 minutes. You got to be, and I say 5 to 7, and she said the one chick said, dude, when we were in Canada and we were down, there was this long hallway between where the hotel was and then where the casino was, and then to the where the venue was that we were performing in. And you looked at me and you go, do you think you could run there full speed all the way to the end? And I was like, yeah. And you go, oh, okay. But I don't know how much full speed is. And that ain't 5 minutes.
That hallway run?
Yeah, it's not 5 minutes. So, and I look at the people that are walking around the earth. They don't look like they could run down the street. So when you say, are you just talking about laying on your back and someone's working you and you last for over 20 minutes? Is that what you consider? Or is that person putting any effort in?
Right.
And so I'm just thinking, because I don't think people are healthy enough in this country for 15 minutes.
Well, this is not strenuous labor, like strenuous labor. So if you're not healthy enough for strenuous labor, yeah, too much of that might take you out. But it's so pleasurable.
It's pleasurable.
It actually relieves you of stressful tension that could be hard on the body.
Yeah, but if you can't hold your breath if you can't keep your breath for a 2-minute run, how are you going to for 20 minutes?
That's a different breathing pattern.
I don't get. No, it's
No,
not.
that's a different breathing pattern, brother.
It's not.
Running and breathing after a
If
run.
you're giving it, and you're putting it all, you're all into it.
Well, how hard are you giving it?
Giving it.
Yeah.
No takebacks. Giving it. No take.
Oh wow, you talking about rape and pillaging, nigga. Okay, last one. Craig Loring. What's up, A&A? I am hooked on your pod and have been listening for a year and have to go back to the beginning. Ding! You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One for you, one for me. Out of here, Jerrod. I just got back into stand-up comedy and having fun with it. I currently live in Spokane, Washington, and still live my folks. $10 a lot of money. And don't know how to break the news to my mother if she doesn't support me like my pops. Please hit me back and let me know what I should expect. Love the podcast and am a fan from MADtv. Keep it up sincerely. Ooh, Craig Loring. So what is he saying? That his mother, he's scared to tell his mother about stand-up?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Well, here's what you do. Tell her, and if she doesn't support you, when you blow up, don't get your mother. Give it all to your dad. New house, new car.
That never works out that way.
What do you mean?
Because they always, every time you watch any kind of special, they always give it to their mom.
No, but he's asking for my advice.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Craig, don't get your mother. Give it all to your dad. Spoil your dad. And when she hits you with the why, say, because you ain't believing me.
You know what? Do it like this. I think it's.
Remember, the guy telling you this is the guy who you don't agree with on how to listen to the podcast.
No, he didn't necessarily say he didn't agree with it. He wants to go back and listen to the early episodes.
He said, I have been listening for a year and have to go back.
Yeah. And I think that's the way you're supposed to do it. You listen to the current episode, and then you go back and you listen to some of the old ones, and you go back and listen to the current.
Pretend I'm your father and Andy's your mother. Listen to me.
Just tell your mom. And then your mom, the reason your mom doesn't want you to do comedy, if that was the case, and we don't know that's the case because you haven't said anything to her yet, is because your mom wants the best for you. Your mom wants you to succeed in life and have less problems than your parents have. And so you just got to say that this is what I really want to do, and I'm passionate, and I can take this to another level, and I know that I can support myself, and I'll be very I know I'm going to be successful, and then if you got to give me some time, you got to support me at least in the beginning, so that I can show you that I can do it.
But that's an assumption that you think his mother wants the best. She might want to see him fail like a because he's can't stand him.
That's true. That could be that. I don't know that.
So,
but most parents want the reason parents try to push people away from this kind of life is because they want something that's a little bit more
secure
that they feel is that they can accomplish. But Jim Carrey said that best.
Live your dreams.
Jim Carrey said
your mother wants you to do like everybody else and be another cog in the wheel. That's how it starts. Live your dreams.
Jim Carrey said that his dad ultimately at the end failed at something that was supposed to be his security, because they fired him before retirement, and that he could have been. You can be unsuccessful at something you don't want to do is basically what he said.
Right.
So you should at least follow this dream a little bit and see if it's something that's for you. But when you say what to expect, man, expect it to be difficult. How's that?
Yeah.
It ain't easy. And even if you have success, we just watched the last episode. You just heard about the Wham documentary, and they're talking about being successful and going on tour, and everybody's just loving them and thinking that they're killing it, and
they're broke.
Broke. That's his business. Because everybody's going to get paid before the new star gets paid.
Yeah. And if you really want to test your mettle to know whether or not you want to do stand-up, come to Cleveland and experience this.
No, maybe start here. Because if you work this room and you can make these guys laugh all the time,
I'm one of the best, and they put me through it.
you know, wherever you start at, you start at. Aries just said this best. You got to travel. You got to know what's funny everywhere.
You know what I mean?
So,
I'm the best. Oh, da 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 ba da ba da. I'm the best. Oh, you know where that's from?
it's Rocky, isn't it?
Oh my God!
Wait. Hold on. What is it?
Come on,
I'm the
Andy.
best? I don't know what it is.
I'm the best. Oh, Rocky has its own.
Yeah, but there's other songs in Rocky too. But
Doom, doom, doom.
no, I don't know what I'm the best.
Those are the only 3 from Rocky.
Okay, I'm the best. Hold on. I don't know.
The Karate Kid.
Oh, I don't remember the Karate Kid that well. You know, I was very disappointed in the Karate Kid because I played that for my son, thinking that he was really going to get into it. True,
The movie.
the movie,
Right.
and he hated it. And then I just stopped. I stopped caring about it. I thought for
You
sure I
make
was
him go side to side, up,
down,
down, in
paint the
circle,
film.
out cycle,
wax the
floor.
yeah, wax on, wax off. No, he hated it. I was like, and then so he never watched that series with me, and we never even finished the series. I don't even know
He
how
really
it.
hated it.
He hated
How
it.
old was he?
He had to be like 10 or 11.
And he didn't like it.
True did not like it.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't get it. I was disappointed.
It don't hold up today.
Well, apparently he hated it and didn't hold up for him at all. I still liked it. I still thought it was good.
Right.
But now I put that in the junk pile. It is
Wow.
not. It is not like
So after he didn't like the first one, he didn't even try the second or third.
no. He hated it.
Damn.
What is there any movie that holds up from that time period?
Yeah, I think there's a few. I think Goonies is one of the greatest
He likes Goonies.
kids family movies ever.
I finally saw it. I never seen it. I never saw it as a kid.
Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters holds up.
Yeah, I guess it does.
Yeah.
It's the little. It's just weird because the effects are so bad.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's a movie from the 80s I never saw. Kramer versus Kramer.
Oh man, that's a good movie.
Yeah, I never saw that.
It's a really.
Dustin Hoffman and Meryl Streep.
It's a solid movie.
It's about divorce, right? Yeah, I never saw that.
Why? How did you just think of that all of a sudden out of nowhere?
Just that's pure 80s nostalgia
Yeah,
movie.
it's a good movie though.
Really good dramatic acting and
They're both really good. Both. That's where I don't know if that's one of her most early works though, where
Yeah.
she really gets introduced as a star.
Yeah.
She's an awesome actress in that too. She plays such a
does she really? In that movie.
yeah, but like a relatable one. Like you get it.
Right.
You get it.
Right.
You get it. She didn't take it over the top. She just took it enough so that you felt
I
that way
got
about
to
it.
see that.
Yeah.
Did you ever show any of your kids Never Ending Story?
No, I never seen Never Ending Story.
Oh, dude. Oh, that is a classic, dude.
You know what I never seen
Saw.
I complete from beginning to end?
What's that?
The Princess Bride.
I've never seen that either.
Really?
That's with Billy Crystal?
Yeah, there's a lot
And
of
Andre
people.
the Giant?
Yeah, a lot of people.
Dude, I never wanted to see that. That looked like trash to me.
Everybody says that that's like a great movie.
Really?
Yeah.
That shit looked like trash to me.
I've never seen it.
Them weird ass clothes, playing ogres and
I've never seen it. I caught clips of it. I've seen parts of it, like where I catch a piece of it on HBO or something, but I've never seen it.
Next week we can talk about Brian's song,
Yeah.
which I still have to see that.
We're going old because some things came out.
So yeah, we're giving y'all the heads up. Brian's song with Billy D. Williams and James Caan, a movie from the 70s.
Yeah.
That Andy recommended.
It's just we never talked about it. It's a buddy film, but like a true story though.
It's about football, right?
It's about life, man. But yeah, it's about Gail Sayers and Brian Piccolo.
And then we should at least watch one episode of Jerrod's show.
I was trying to watch it, but I was too tired when I got back to the room and it was on. And I just couldn't do it. But yeah, I'll watch an episode of it. I want to say it. You know, he's a funny dude, man.
He is. And, you know, the Breakfast Club, they also told me that, because I mentioned how how much I liked him, and what I've always said about him on this podcast would hit the comparison to Dave, like two jazz musicians. But I also told him that, I had a bone to pick with him about the whole getting mad at Dave and putting his agenda ahead of his comedic badge. And Charlemagne told me he apologized for that.
He did?
Yeah.
That's good.
He knew he was wrong. So big ups to him for that.
Yeah, this comic thing, people don't think about it this way, but this is a small club.
Very.
And we have to protect ourselves in what we can say and what we can't say, because people are trying to take all that away. And people don't want to realize it, but we're the last line of defense.
The day Trump stands up for comedians, he's got my vote. Comedy is very important. We can't silence comedians. It's very important.
That's perfect.
They're very good.
He probably would have come out earlier. Some comedians were for him.
Right.
I don't think it's...
Ooh, speaking of which, remember how much trouble Kathy Griffin got in for the severed head?
Yeah.
Dude, I saw a post of her. I don't know why she did this without makeup. Holy. So unrecognizable. Listen, she don't look great with makeup. She looked like Gollum's son.
She had she used to have a show called The D-List or something like that.
Yes.
And she would be on there with minimal makeup sometimes, but still made up. Yeah, she's...
Man, son, a ghoul. A ghoul.
I'm not going to be that mean to her, but she is...
Her and Lil Wayne look like they both belong on the top of skyscrapers in New York, overlooking the city.
For protection?
For protection. Ghouls.
I'll say she definitely looks better made up.
Kathy Griffin can stand over the Trump Tower and protect it. That's it.
That's a show. Let me get your phone so I can get those dates.
What are we calling this one?
Oh, I got it. You gave it. You sent it to me.
Yeah, I did. What are we calling this?
I don't know. I'll give out these names. You come up with it. I'll give out these dates. Right here.
Without makeup.
Yeah, without makeup. That's pretty funny. All right, man. Here's some dates. Obviously, we were in. We're just a bit outside right now.
Just a bit outside.
But we're on our way to Bronson Center in Ottawa. The return of our Canadian tour.
To show you this clip.
April 27th will be in Bronson Center in Ottawa. April 28th will be at the Olympia in Montreal. And April 30th, we're at Bellerose in Halifax, Nova Scotia. May 2nd through the 5th, we're going to be at the Helium in Portland, Oregon. May 9th, we're going to be at the Meyer Theater in Green Bay, Wisconsin. May 11th, at the Wilbur in Boston. May 18th, we're going to be at MSG at the Hulu Theater. May 24th through the 26th, we're going to be at the Funny Bone in Richmond, Virginia. May 30th through June 2nd, we're at Off the Hook Comedy Club in Naples, Florida. June 13th through the 16th, we're at Cap City in Austin, Texas. I think that's pretty good. You're going to be Albany, June 22nd. I'll be getting married. I won't be at that show, but June 27th through the 30th, Aries and I will get back on stage at the Helium in St. Louis, Missouri. Followed by June 5th through the 6th, we're going to be at the Funny Bone in Omaha. We haven't been there that's only our second time there, right?
Oh my, aren't you getting married?
No, they changed it to July 5th through the 6th.
Oh.
Because they moved the date.
Oh.
So, yeah, man.
NAACP reacts to Stephen A. Smith's defending Trump's claim about being relatable to black people. Look at this shit. This one person. The blacks who love Trump, more power to you. Trump would not rent to you. He still wants revenge against the guys in New York who were innocent. Charlottesville has good people. He blah, 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 blah. And then 2024 is the year of house. And then my man Clifton Powell, the actor, said, once a coon, always a coon. You're canceled. Jesus.
He brings out hate, man. I don't know. I know. I think I got to say this, man, and I know that I'm going to get called out for it, but here it is.
Before you say it, was he wrong in saying that?
Which one?
that black people relate to him because of a mugshot and arrest.
Was Hillary
You talk about things that he says it's just wrong.
Was Hillary Clinton scolded for pulling out hot sauce at the breakfast place?
Yeah, but keep hot sauce on them sometimes. I'm one of them.
And you don't think that people who have been unjustly accused and have a mugshot can relate to the getting a mugshot unjustly accused?
But one is an image that does our culture harm, and the other one isn't.
Yeah, but I think what he was trying to say, and this is why I don't like Trump. This is why I don't like him, because he doesn't say what he needs to say the right way. He should have said, just like many people, I can't do the impression.
Just like many people.
Many black people.
Many black people
who have been unjustly accused. Get a mugshot.
Get a mugshot.
They understand that this mugshot is against all innocent people.
They understand that the mugshot means it's against all.
I mean, but that's what he's trying. But he is so unable to articulate.
Is he unable?
Yeah,
because
don't
you think the evil genius of him is he knows exactly what he's doing?
I don't think so, because I think that if you would use it. He was trying to use something for his benefit, and he didn't say it right. He didn't even come close to saying it right. Or he just thinks that all black people are been unjustly accused, because what he's trying to get to this place is, I have a mugshot. I'm unjustly accused, and you should be able to relate to this because
you've been unjustly accused. And see, that sounds
but
right.
He could have said it that way. I don't think that he thinks out. He thinks however he thinks. I don't know what and that's the other problem. I don't want to try to swim through the waters of his mush brain. I think overall, if you could take away the way that he says it and you go, is this better for me? And I think the answer on a lot of them are yes. But I don't know that he can get to those better for you, because he spends so much time trying to swim upstream because of the that he says and how he does things. So regardless of whether I agree with some of his policies, him getting them in place seems impossible because of the way that he speaks and the way that he moves forward. That's what I've been trying to say, the right way to say it. Yeah, I agree that some of the things that he does could be better. I think an outsider could do well in this, but that's how I look at RFK now. He is an outsider. The people don't want him running. Some people in his own family don't even want him running. This guy, I think, could do a better job. And so I do have a person that I feel out of the three candidates that I think that are available is RFK, Biden, and Trump. I think that for me, I'm going to go RFK. Now, I might be splitting a vote. I may be making my vote worthless, but I've done it before because I haven't agreed with the people that are running.
There it is, y'all.
That's it. That's a show.
Spears and Steinberg.
Thanks for listening to the Spears and Steinberg podcast. If you'd like to know who's responsible for this show, it was hosted by Ari Spears and Andy Steinberg, produced by Steve Merrick and Anthony Holmes, executive producer, Big Papa, Robert Kelly, and Matt Kleinschmidt for the Laugh Button Podcast. For more information on where to find us on the internet, visit SpearsburgPod.com.